What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're using that as a template for the wiring. So you want to wire your 4G63 into a vehicle, and there's no information out there on how to do that. There is information on pinouts, which you will see in the video, which is awesome pinout print. I forget the name of it, but anyway. So we're going to tear into the Slant Nose's new harness, and we're going to get it somewhat installed, but you're not going to see that part. Installation will be another one, but we'll do a couple mock-ups on there. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the wiring diagram. Wiring's boring. It's tedious. So enjoy the video, guys. We got the wiring harness getting stripped down, and when you see it, it'll be all done. Not like that though, but it's gonna take time. All right, guys, so I am done picking at the Evo VIII harness. It was a perfectly good harness that I stripped down. Now, so basically this is the engine harness part here. These two things I probably won't need, I don't know. Then basically all this shit that way is junk. Need a couple wires from the box there. I'm gonna need that piece there. Well, I'm not gonna need it. I'm gonna need the plug to it so I can jump it, so I can use high impedance injectors. There's the ECU plugs, those four there. So I'll need a lot of that. A lot of them wires are gonna come out. A lot of this shit is going to be gone, and it's going to be very, very minimum. Very minimum. So, I don't know if I'm going to run a mass airflow sensor or not, because these things on here are big and bulky. On the black one, I have speed density, but my tuner don't like using speed density, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet. And this one here, this harness here is separate. This is the alternator harness. You can see they hacked up and put their stereo system in it. Basically, all I need out of here is these. Not even all these wires, just a few of them. So this will probably just get cut, make it, blah, blah, blah. These will have to get connected into the ECU plugs. It runs the idiot lights, the volt gauge, and computer tells it when to charge and all that shit. And then we'll probably just make a new, probably was an 8-gauge wire or something like that, and run it from my alternator to my starter. But that's what I have here. All right, so I got the motor on the stand, and these guys all seen it's complete now. But you didn't see the belt one and the pulley, because I had, going around the lift, I had the power steer and delete on there. Still got my oil cord lines. I'm going to tape them up today. Well, I got the tape out. And, ruh-roh. My AC. What am I missing off of my AC? I think I need a bigger belt. That's what the bigger belt's for. I'm an idiot. Okay, well, at least I know if I'm driving down the road, I can keep one of these spare belts with me if I don't have an AC belt. This was the belt I had before. It was in the same bin. The AC belt's over there. So now I got to figure out how the AC belt goes on, guys. It's one of those moments I must have had all the way through this build. So as long as I don't do that to the wiring harness, we are good. So I just went around and plugged in all my sensors. I labeled everything. I have no idea what this one's for. It's like an injector clip, but all my injector ones are up there. It goes with the knock sensor, and that might be like an O2, oxygen sensor or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out though. Not that difficult as soon as I get to the pinouts. Because I know which ones have to get depinned. So we're going to depin the wires and then cut them all up. So the things that we're keeping are the yellow ones. Not those, but those there. So everything has to go from here to there, so it goes into the computer. Pretty friggin' simple, I think. So easy a caveman can do it. Isn't that what they say? So we'll see. I'm going to be getting, that's the airbag crap. But there's one for the igniter or whatever it is for the injectors. I'm going to wire that up because I'm doing away with that, because I'm going with the high impedance injectors from FIC. As you can see, they got different clips. I got to rewire them, which I have to repin these, I should say. Anyway, so let me get this harness off. I basically cleaned the table off over there where all my parts were. So let me get this monstrosity up there, and I want to get working. There you go, watch while I work in supersonic speed. Okay.
She tells me that those days she never understood how we could always just waste away, ignoring, forgetting to breathe. How could you forget so fast, when for me those are the memories that last? Yeah, ignoring. That I could ever really understand it when you were all I know. Do you think that we could ever bring it back again? Somewhere down that road. I see you there, you're ducking down. You're so scared, but you don't know how, so I'm left behind, ignoring, forgetting the pain.
All right, guys, so I got the harness I got all the fat cut out of the harness. That's the easy way of putting it. I got to reorganize the wiring to it. But I will show you all the crap that's not being used. All right, guys, so all that crap in there, all that crap, a couple little stragglers here and there. That's what we got. All goes in there. Don't want to go in there, but they do. So we'll cover that up so we don't have to look at it no more. Then come back here, and this is what we're left with. It's a lot smaller. Yeah, it's a lot smaller. I got it super duper zip tied up. These are the connectors to the computer. That's the engine harness part, and this goes inside the car. I gotta figure out what the hell this is for. I think I know what this one's for. This is for my injectors, so I gotta get those. I have no idea what this is for. So when we go over and put it on this is my alternator. That's totally separate. That's got to get wired in. Then over here is the harness. A lot of this stuff, this is ground wire. So I'm gonna make it a lot shorter so it has a better chance. I think this is trash, believe it or not. I don't think that's an O2 sensor. I don't think so. That's just I don't know. I don't know where my O2 sensor one is, so that might be my O2 sensor here. If you know, let me know, because I didn't buy an O2 sensor yet, so I don't know what I'm going to run with it yet, like a wideband or what. So let's see. All right, so let's bring this over to the motor that's hiding over there. Let's do that. Plug this all back up, and we'll go from there. There's some more wires down there, fuel pump relay and crap. So I still have to do wiring, like my fuel pump relay, have to wire the fans and all that crap. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But so now this is like a master electrical kit for depinning shit. Mostly German stuff, but Mitsubishi was on there, that's why I bought it. So This is the one that it calls for, number 19 on the kit, you know? And it's just a little straight pin. That's all it is. That did not friggin' work whatsoever. This one here, I don't know if you can see, focus, put it down. You see that little curve, that little bend to it? That worked perfect. So basically what you gotta do is, you gotta go in this way. I ain't gonna focus. And you have to look. I actually had to get my magnifying glass out. That was my father's. And you get the bent one, and you go in, Jesus Christ. You go in like this, and then pull up, and hold it with one hand, and then yank the wire out the back. But there's a little plastic tab on the inside. It goes down and locks it. So you got to pick that up, and then pull the wire out the back. Makes sense. So that's how I did it. It took me a while to figure it out and everything. I was practicing on ones that were very similar. And the other thing you got to do, I couldn't remember from before. Well, I forgot about before. Yeah, you can see I got to lock it. These are the locks. They slide down and lock all the pins in. So you got to gently pop those up. This one should be locked too. Nope. I thought I locked them. How about this one? Yeah, that one's locked. All right, so I locked 2 out of 2 ain't bad. All right, guys, give me a break. All right, let's bring the camera over and let's wire this thing up. All right, so I have it all plugged in, basically. I mean, basically, it's all plugged in. I don't have a TPMS sensor, so that's not plugged in. That's my idle air control valve. That is plugged in. The front coils are plugged in. The map sensor here is plugged in, but not bolted down. The injectors are in the position, the injector wires are in their position where they should be. I have to change these. I got to de-pin them and repin them into fit those, so because they're high impedance injectors. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm trying to get this to flow, the harness with the motor and stuff like that. These are hot wires that have to get power. They will feed the sensors and stuff like that. This is the knock sensor. I have to tape this all back up, crap like that. This will run through the back of the car, into the car like the factory Porsche does, like I did on the black one. And I still have to, like I said, wire up my fan relays and my fuel pump relays. Cam sensors in, the rear coils are in, thermostat temp sensor is in. There are the front coils up there. And this one here, this is the O2 sensor, guys. And these are more power wires. Some of these are constant power, some of these are power when cranking. Like constant power is probably going to be the ones to keep the memory on the computer, like my black car. What I'm talking about is if you disconnect your battery and your computer's got to relearn again. It's got to relearn your driving habits, and it's going to rev high and all that crap. These motors here hate that crap. So that's what that is. That's what I'm saying. Some have constant power and shit like that. Not really worried about it too much. I got a donor car outside to look at to figure all that crap out. So there's a bunch of wires I went to the fuse box. I know that. So I just go back and count them because I snipped them. Yep, I sure did do that. But yeah, so that's it. It's going to probably take another couple days for me to finish this, but this is going to be it for today. And we'll get back at this maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I got a couple other things I have to do, but I'm really happy where I'm at today with this because I got a lot of that crap out of the way. And what wire is this for? Oh, that's for my injectors too. So let me get this up so no one steps on this crap. Yeah. After all that work, I'd be very, very sad. Very sad. So, all right, guys, I will see you in a day or a couple days on this. All right, I'll see you then. All right, guys, so now I am going to be adding the wires and relays to the harness that you see me already cut up. So I have my template here on where everything goes. So black car, same motor, same harness, same everything. Let me show you the inside. It's an actual nightmare right now, but I'm actually going to redo all this while this is all out. Yep. So, but this ain't part of the video. But this just shows, it goes under here. It goes out. Where are we at? There we go. Goes right through the tunnel. So, I use that as my template. And I bring it over to here. I have everything labeled. And I was like, you know what? I gotta start making a video on this. I already got this soldered, guys. This is for the fuel injectors. No, I'm sorry. This one here is for all the sensors. Throttle position, cam sensor, TPMS sensor, and crank sensor. They all go into this harness here. And then this one here is switched to power. This runs the coils. And right now what I just soldered is the alternator wires. So let me go ahead and get this finished up real quick, and we'll get your alternator wiring on the harness. We're probably gonna do this section by section, just let you know what has to go where. The blue and white goes to the blue and white. Coming out of the pin of the ECU is G terminal, and then on the white one is like FR terminal. So white to white, blue and white to blue and white. Then you get this brown goldish looking thing and solid blue wire, and you connect it to any wire you want, and then this goes to a I guess you could do like a switch power or a constant power or something like that. I gotta look again. It's in that nightmare up there, but yeah, so we're good to go with that. So I'm gonna roll off a couple feet of this and cut it, and then that will be done. So next we might just go to that switch power one that goes to the relay. But yep, we'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is for the throttle position sensor. This wire here goes into this pin here. I forget what number it is, it's on there. It says throttle position sensor. And then it actually splits off. This wire here goes to the throttle position sensor. This one here, let me see. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can do it. So, sorry guys, but this, I just want to show you this wire here. This one goes to my bike. You cut that one off, tape it up a little bit. So that one's done. And there's a couple wires like that. One was, what was it? I don't know, but when I come across it, I will let you know. But that's throttle position sensor wire. That gets snipped, so now we're down one wire dangling around. So we're getting there though, and on the next one, as soon as I remember it, I will come back to it and show it to you guys. So let's keep on moving. All right, so wire and harness is probably about 90% done. All my butchering's done. I just have to add wire and relays and stuff like that. Only one relay, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. It's what we did on the other car, and it's been running for 12 years now. So, but I'm just gonna do a dry fit. I need a 2.5-inch saw, circular saw blade, so I can drill a hole into the vehicle, because that's where the computer's gonna be, and that's how it is on the other one. And I'm gonna run the harness into that, but I'm not gonna do that today. Don't have it. Today's Sunday, shit's closed. So I want to go ahead and do a dry run, and that way maybe I can start taping some stuff up, like injector wires and stuff like that. Like this stuff has to get ran inside maybe. I don't know what I'm doing yet. But let me go ahead and get this test fitted real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, so you want to put a 4G63 in a Porsche 911, and it's before 1984 model. So I'm going to show you the difference between 84 and up, at least to 89 or 88, what you're going to have to do. I didn't have to do it on my black one. I didn't have to do it on the black one there because it was already done, like this 1987 here. So that hole there is for the shifter, the shift rod and everything. But let's zoom out here and let's go down. See that hole? Right there, that one, that's what I have in the black one. So that's because in 84 and up, they actually have an engine harness, you know, for the computer, the injectors, and all that stuff. So that's why they run it through. So what we're going to do today is drill a hole. But I'll show you. I have no hole. And I want to put the hole probably here. So I'm going to have to drill from the inside, guys. Because it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to drill from the outside. And there, you can see, is the shifter rod. So, but if you're doing a swap on any other car, probably not going to have to do that at all. But on the 911, you're going to have to do it. So, that's what it looks like underneath, guys. I got to tape these up. So, let's get drilling. Drill, baby, drill. So, you're going to go to any hardware store and get this. I went to Ace Hardware and got this one. Looks like it's got to tighten this up a little bit. It's a little loose. It might get tight as it goes. I don't know. But I'll pop it on the drill there. Going to drop the car down. And we're going to get inside and party. All right, so move some of this stuff out of the ways. And move this mat out of the way. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. So we're going to drill probably right in this area right there. So I'm not going to be able to show you what I'm going to do because I don't have enough room in here. I got to move this seat up and then we're going to drill. So I'll be right back and show you how it's done, how it was done. That's about right. All right, guys, and this is what you have. You got that crap there. So let's go over into the car. We'll go look inside and boom. We have that. Now I have a mess to clean up. Look at all that metal. So then I have to deburr all that. And then I'm going to probably wrap some, like a vacuum hose or something around that so it doesn't chafe on my wires. So that's what we're going to do now. Let's put it up in the air. Well, I'm going to vacuum it up first, then we'll do the other, and then I'll probably have to vacuum it up again. And just like that, that's what you have, guys. So now, no more chafing. No chafing. I got to do that to the other one, believe it or not. But I do have that hard plastic shit. Those plastic tubey shitties. So, but now it's going to be time to feed the wiring harness through again. But this time we're going to feed it through here. And I might even take the driver's seat out. So, but we'll see. Let's give this a try. Okay, guys. So this is going to be what you have for your harness to get it in your car up and running. This is the main point here. These are, I deleted the mass airflow sensor because I'm doing a that GM air intake thingy wiggy. So these are all the things you need. I have a couple extra on here that I want, like the data link and the check engine light, all that crap, just so I can keep an eye on some things. What else do we have here? And there's one that I kept on here, which is this wire here. This is one of the fuel pump relays. I think it might be for the high pressure fuel. You don't need it. I don't have it on my black one. It's been like that for 12 years now. I never had an issue. It's pumping 505 horsepower, and I don't need that. You don't need that. So I still got to delete that. I kept it just in case. I was pondering about it, but after 12 years and racing down the track and all that, never ever have I had an issue on my car. I got towed one time, and it's because my alternator took a crap. That's it. And it was a used alternator. Well, I never got a new one. It was an old alternator. So that's why. All right, so let's get back to the harness. So here you have your plugs that go into the computer. High pressure one, you can actually delete that, guys. This one here, you're gonna need the starter signal. This goes directly to the starter. Not where the battery goes, but like the signal of the starter. And on the Porsche, the key goes with this battery. The yellow wire on the Porsche, I don't know what's going to be on any car that you do, but the one that signals the starter, say the key goes, hey, starter, crank. This goes to that, okay? So you have that one. This one here is a constant 12 volts. This goes directly to the battery with a 30 amp fuse. These two here are 12 volt switch power. So these, I forget what they feed. You can look it up on here. Actually, it just says 12 volt switch power. So it feeds the computer. So you need to get 12 volts while you're cranking. and when you let go, it still has to have 12 volts. That's what these two wires are for. I guess a relay can do that for you. I don't know. I'm just going off what I did before. This is the tack signal. So if you want to run your tack, which I'm sure you do, you got to have that. Ignition 2-pin relay. These two here are for my mass airflow. No, not mass airflow. That's a data link and ignition pin 82 relay. Anyway, this goes to a relay that I'm putting in. I have no idea what it's for. Like ignition. It's for the ignition. So if we go on here and look for ignition, it's got to be highlighted somewhere on here. If you'll see this one, you don't need 39. You do not need that. AC ones, I kept that. This is the one you need right here. Check engine light on one, generator, blah, blah, blah. Tack signal, data link connector, starter, intake, blah, blah, blah. Ignition. This is that wire right there. So this one gets plugged into my relay. Once I do that, I will do another video and show you guys, or just follow along. These two wires here are from the mass airflow sensor. I deleted the other two wires. These will now be my air intake sensor. That's for the AC. This is my fuel pump, guys. This is going to go into a relay. MFI power. This is my, that's my check engine light. This is for the injectors. This is power to the injectors. So this here is actually going to get fed into these two. They're all going to get fed into the same relay as well as the others. If you don't like the way I'm doing it, I got proof 12 years of driving, running, traveling in it, and everything else. This will activate your coolant fans, whatever you set your computer up to do. This wire here, this also gets a 30 amp fuse. That is your switch 12 volt power. Again, so it's accessories on, this lights up. So this activates your coils. I already did the alternators. One alternator, actually. I don't have multiple alternators. These two wires go into the alternator wire. It's color-coded, self-explanatory at that point. Temp sensor. You know, this stuff here, I did not cut or do anything to. You keep all this shit. This is all your sensors. Your IAC, your map sensor, your crank sensor, throttle position, all injector thingies, and this one here is coils. You know, you need all that stuff. So that stays. This is the front coils. This is the knock sensor. This here is the O2 sensor. So guys, that's basically it. That's it. Everything else is trash. It's all over there. So I only have a couple relays and some 30 amp fuses. That's it. So this is a great format here. If you want to get more technical with some of this shit, go get the things. But this, if you watch this part here and you know this video, I'm sure it's going to help you out tremendously. Big time, guys. Big time. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment. If you think I did something wrong, let me know. I'm sure I probably did, but you know. Oh, by the way, so let me go to the O2 sensors. O2 sensors, where are they? So the rear O2 sensor, you want to delete that, okay? But if you're running an AEM wideband, you want to stick a pin in there, and then that pin will go all the way up to, I think it goes to your gauge pod. So that's what I did on the other car, and it's been working flawlessly. So no question about it. So like I said, you don't do nothing to the front one. You leave that alone. But the rear one, you want to delete that out of there, cut that out, take that pin out, get another pin, another color wire, whatever you choose. I use the white one. I'll probably use the white one again. And I ran that all the way up to the front of my car. Of course, you have to add some extra wire, so you get extra white wire running up to your car, or whatever color. If you want pink, go ahead and use pink. I don't care. You know. Anyway, so that's what I did. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, please hit me up. Let me know. Leave a message down there. So I'll help you guys out. All right, guys. So that's it on the harness. It's easy. It literally could take you probably about 3 full days to do this. 2 good weekends. Yeah, you'll have it done. I had a template. It made it a lot easier. So, yeah, so there you have it. I looked on the internet for videos because I didn't really want to tear my car apart. I found absolutely nothing on the internet. So I was like, screw it, time to tear the car apart. So that's what I did. There's one guy who built a harness for his Hyundai, which I'm not doing that. No, I had an Evo VIII harness. I needed to delete stuff. And here's the pile of stuff I got to get a bin. Guys, that spaghetti rat's nest is all the engine harness, not body harness. That's all engine harness. So you don't need all that. Absolutely not. And you see what we had left over, so that's that. So, all right, guys, going to end it on this video here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We're almost at 2,500. Another 2,500 on top of that. We will be giving away those grill kidneys and the BMW badge from Ryan Dunn's BMW right there behind me. I'm doing the LS swap. So if you want to do the giveaway, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, hit the like too. So, but all right, guys, that's going to be it for that video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Also, I'm on Instagram. It is Rusty_Ratchet_Garage. I'll put it down here below. But all right, see you guys on the next video.